or in the rooms, whatever may be the case. Allow the child to play with others. Sit in the drawing room. But they will take the child, sit in the room, feed the child, look after them. Their only one work is to look after the child, finished. It's like an emotional blackmail, I think. That you just take the child to yourself and sit down there and say that, oh, I'm looking after the child, so other one thinks, oh, all right, she's a mother. I have so many children here. This motherhood should not give you such a funny idea that you have become so great that you should sit down and do nothing else. My family, I had 11 brothers and sisters. And my mother, I think, was president of a Congress in Nagpur of Madhya Pradesh. She went to jail 5 times. And a very correct woman. She won't tolerate any nonsense from her children. And that's another thing, that if the child does anything to someone, I've heard that children are very indisciplined. They hit others, they pull the hair, they say all kinds of funny things, and parents never correct them. Just adore them. And when the children grow up, they just kick out their children. The parents. We have seen this happening. Because they are realized souls. They won't like this kind of nonsense. So be careful on that. Yesterday I talked to you about Muladhara. Let the children have a healthy, trustworthy Muladhara. Let them meet other people, be friendly with others, play with everyone, go around everywhere. Allow them. But otherwise they are very negligent about their children. What do? They don't even massage their children. They don't even clean their children. They don't keep their clothes clean. They don't give them baths regularly. They don't give them proper food to eat. This is one point we have to see, that our children should be made collective and very strong in their Muladhara from very childhood. And I've seen parents coming and telling me, we don't know why our child left us like this. You see, when he grew up, he was all right in childhood. This is the reason. They get bored with you. To be very frank. That's the only answer. Suddenly, you see, my son left me. Suddenly. Why? He was all right till yesterday. He must have been. Get up now. Run away from this place. So they must have their own friends and they must go around, and it's really, comparatively if you see, the children have no wisdom of their own because the parents are so overpowering. They don't allow children to grow in proper way, to understand anybody else. I just don't understand what has happened to us. Why are we going wrong about children so? Now, another point one has to see about ashrams, which I need not have said before, but now I must tell you that we have to be responsible. That is also there. From childhood, if you don't have sense of responsibility, you can never develop it later. Like electricity bills goes up like hell. People never put off their lights. I mean, there is a switch which is to be put on and also put off. It's not only for putting on. Small things like gas or electricity thing, if once they are in the ashram, they don't bother. It's your ashram. Then food. The amount of food that is thrown away is something surprising. No value for food. No understanding how to organize, because there's no Grahalakshmi, there's no housewife's qualities, because we are sitting with the child now, not doing anything else. Supposing you had your own house, then you would be shopping, you would be cooking, you would be looking after your child, you would be cleaning your house, cleaning the utensils, doing everything yourself. But in the ashram they think now we have a baby, So we are in charge of the baby, let's look after them and sit down with them. I would love to play with babies all the time and have nothing to do with you. So, can I do that? Can I do that? I cannot. In the same way, we must understand. Now, we should not waste food. There are many people in this world who are starving. We have no business to waste food at all. I mean, on this, you'll be surprised that even the richest of richest in India would not leave anything in the plate. Richest of richest. And Gandhiji, in his ashram we were, even Maulana Azad and Jawaharlal Nehru had to clean their own plates, you see. So they should not take more. If they take more, they should not leave anything in such a manner that others cannot eat. Waste of food, waste of electricity, waste of other energies, without understanding it means money. That's why you never have money. There should be a proper organizing as to what you are going to cook, what you are going to have, how much is going to be used. Nothing should be wasted. I have seen this tendency. I have seen this tendency myself, very common. There is no respect of food. No respect of food. That's why children also don't have any respect for food. Before food is served, you must sit with the idea that now you are going to have the food. It is a yajna. And that you have to eat that food with some prayer. Bless that food. Thank God that you've got the food. Using the Lord's Prayer. And then the satisfaction comes in better, and you get a sense that no, we should not waste our money on food like this. There are so many other things one has to know about children, that you must know about their vibrations. You should be alert about their vibrations. Try to find out what's wrong with them. What do they do? Now, for example, you find a child who's misbehaving. Don't go on all the time with him. Call the child once, make the child sit down and talk to the child that you shouldn't do like this. When you are in with mother, pay attention to her. It is you who is going to mold these new children who have been given to you specially because you are Sahayogis, and not to ruin their lives. You know, some children have become mad with this kind of a thing, like Datta who was here. And everybody made, you see, she herself was so careless, that you can't imagine. When I heard about her carelessness and the filth with which she looked after the child, I was amazed how Linda could do that way. And you should not be another Linda's to spoil that child's health, mind, everything. If you have a clean, neat place and a proper place, children would love it to be there. But no mother should sit with the child in the room. That is the law. In the drawing room, you can sit with your child. And in the room, when the child is sleeping, the child should be taken. Otherwise, keep the child in the drawing room. You'll see the child will become happier, because it is natural to be collective. It is natural for a child to mix up with others, to talk to others, to know about others. It's natural. Innocence is like that. Innocence wants to know the whole world. That's the time, if you don't allow the child to know, then he becomes perverted. He has problems. So give them a better life, better situation, better education, better discipline, because you are equipped. Don't give them what you have. This is real love. Otherwise, it's possessiveness. I wanted to talk about this because yesterday I talked to you about Muladhara, and I have been seeing and noticing what's happening to your children. And I find the amount of discipline they have is coming from you. How far you are disciplined. And by doing this, you play into their hands. They know that they can curb you the way you like. They know that you are depending on them. You can't exist without them. They have this idea. So they don't listen to you. But if they know that they will lose the love if you don't behave, they will be alright. They are very intelligent. So you must play your cards alright and see that your children brought to proper line of understanding, because they are different children, special children given to you as a trust. They are not your children, they are my children. So too much of huddling and hugging and this and that is not necessary. I mean, sometimes you break their bones the way you do it. It's too much. Try this on others' children, less on your own children. Try to keep your children out and love other children. I don't know what kind of psychology you people read, but it's a simple, straightforward thing. We must understand, as we are Sahajogis, that children have to be collectivity, otherwise I have to again break my head with them for being collective. They should be naturally collective. Alright, Gamin, let's have the puja. I think today's speech must be written down and sent to all the centers. It's important. I find this all over in the Western cities. If they have a child, then I tell you, suddenly they become more than an emperor. And the wife becomes more than an emperor herself. Not only empress, but more than an emperor. While I'm told your kings and queens never see their children at all. I mean, that's another experience. I don't know. All right. You see, those who have come from the previous meeting, please, for the first time, please raise your hands.
Those who came from the public meeting on Friday, is there anyone here?
I actually came, but I just told him about it.
All right.
Others? No. Others?
Only one.
For the first time?
I mean from the public meeting yesterday. Only one. It's all right. She's all right.
Thank you.
Now, you see, for the people who have come for the first time, we don't allow them, you see, to attend this, what we call the puja of your guru, because they don't understand it so well, why it is done, why it has to be done, how it helps you, and they start analyzing. But if you could sit without analyzing, as you got your transformation, all your deities within you will be strengthened and you'll feel better. You don't have to do anything whatsoever. You have to just be quiet and just see it with understanding. Alright? So that you don't get into analysis of it. Because you don't understand it, if you try to analyze it, you will be in trouble. But if you just sit and feel the vibrations and feel the flow of the vibrations, you will be helped. Alright? Now, just for Ganeshas. Now the first thing is, yesterday we talked about the Muladhara Chakra. And so today's Ganesha is not necessary to do too much of it, but we could just say about the Muladhara Chakra in English, and then just to pour water on my feet, that's all. And then I'll vibrate these things for you, as we have done before. That's the second one. When we do the chanting of the Shakti, the energy of Kundalini. So these things only we'll do today, and I'm sure yesterday's experiment must have helped you very much to clear out your heads, and it has helped you to sleep well, I'm sure. Alright, so also today be attentive in the sense that, as you have been always, in thoughtless awareness. Don't think about it. Just don't think about it. Just keep your mind at thoughtless awareness position and it will work out much faster. Because you are at such a level, that it's easy now to communicate through vibrations. Otherwise it was difficult before and it's much easier. Now you can put it up here.